Welcome to the 3 Retro Movie Geek podcast with me, Rob Taylor.
Me, Scott Witham.
Me, Paul Constable.
What's that? Welcome to the 3 Retro Movie Geeks podcast with me, Rob, the Truffle Shuffle Taylor.
And me, Scott, I ain't got time to bleed with them.
And me, Paul, Save Cocktail Constable.
And we're going to be talking about 80s and 90s movies from our childhood.
The greatest cinema era ever.
How can something so small create so much of something so disgusting? Oh, beats the shit out of me.
Hello and welcome to episode 9. We are back after our little summer break. We are 3 men. There is a baby in this house. So it only seems right that we are doing 3 men and a baby.
Yes, a great 80s film. It's good to be back. Like I said, this has been a little bit of a challenge to get us 3 together over a busy summer, but we're here. We're raring to go. Well, you two are. I'm a bit tired.
And once again, joining me are 2 tired looking dads. It's Paul Rock the Cradle Constable. And the new dad in town is Scotty Wet Wipes Witham.
Scotty Wet Wipes Witham.
How are you finding it, Scott?
I'm loving life.
Yeah, it's good.
Absolutely loving life.
What's the highlight of your life at the moment? Shitty nappies?
I don't do many of them, to be honest, because I'm working. I'm back off paternity, so probably does the most of them. Well, the highlight, I guess, yeah, they're an event, aren't they? Definitely.
The most important question, though, have you missed me?
Yes.
The last few weeks, you have missed me. Good. Yeah. Paul, have you missed me?
Well, I was out with a curry with you last night.
I didn't want to do it. Cut that bit, forget about it.
Well, the most important question to Scott is, who have you missed the most?
Oh, I can't.
No
How can I pick between you two?
Has it been 6,
Honestly,
7 weeks?
It's been. Must be.
Yeah, it's been that.
She was born July the 8th, so.
It was about 10 days, 2 weeks before that.
She's 7 weeks old. What's the time? In half an hour, she's exactly 7 weeks old.
This works so well that. Or have you had a baby around this episode?
Yes, we needed a prop, didn't we?
Yeah, so we needed some,
we saw that out. We planned this 9 months. Wow,
10.
About a year ago. We planned this, didn't we? So we thought we could do this.
That is dedication to have a baby for this episode.
That's method acting. That's method acting.
Good work.
And kudos to my wife, of course. She did some of the work.
Yes. Yeah.
And you and I done some location reviewing for future podcasts last night.
We have a little look, in some pubs. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Nice.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Okay, 3 men and a baby then.
Yep.
You've watched this recently.
I have. So it's weird because growing up, I watched 3 Men and a Little Lady, which was obviously the sequel.
Yeah.
And it was a few years after that before I actually got around to watching 3 Men and a Baby.
Right, so you watched 2 then 1.
Yeah. I'll be honest and say I probably prefer 3 Men and a Little Lady more. But it's still a great film.
This came out 1987, so it would have been
87, and Lady was 90.
Yeah, and it's not a film I would have gone to the cinema to watch. Not a film I would have gone to Blockbusters to rent. I don't think.
No, it's because I had older sisters and stuff like that it was played. But yeah, it's a great film.
It's a good film, isn't it? Yeah, we watched it obviously a couple of times for this, and
watched it last night. We watched it a few months ago as a marathon. One weekend we watched. That's a big inhale of breath there, sorry. We watched 3 Men and a Little Baby, 3 Men and a Little Lady, and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in one weekend.
Nice.
An incredible nostalgic weekend. But this, watched it last night. Didn't realise it was a Leonard Nimoy film. Mm-hmm. Now, here's a link back to previous films that we've done before. Leonard Nimoy was obviously in Transformers.
Yep.
But I can't link it back to anything else. No. Apart from, obviously, if you don't know who Leonard Nimoy is, it's Spock.
Dr. Spock.
But no die-hard link that I can think of just yet. Rob's got a nod, so that's...
I've had 8 weeks to prepare for this. So
come out to the coast, we'll get together, have a few laughs.
He's been to Nakatomi and had a think.
This is a remake of a French film from 1985. Which was called...
Go on then.
Nakatomi Baby.
Tres hommes et une coffin.
Very nice.
Hey? So, my French is probably good as Derek Trotter's. But
Lovely jubbly.
3 Men in a Cradle. And then they remade this in 87, which done really well. Like the
Yeah.
fourth or fifth highest grossing film of 1987, which was good. 11 million budget, and I think it took about 240
Look at
million.
that's what Hollywood wants, isn't
In the
it?
box
For
office.
Sure. That's why it got a sequel.
I think it's the most 80s film we've done. Like
Yeah,
the
that
hair,
initial
the clothes,
that initial party and
Yeah.
the 80s music and the that is so 80s.
right? It was three of the biggest 80s names at the time.
Well, they were massive. I mean, I used to watch Magnum PI.
Yeah.
And obviously, Tom Selleck was obviously Magnum. I mean, that's probably back then what I knew him from.
Yeah, because that was early 80s all the way through the 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah, you had Magnum PI. You had Gutenberg was obviously Short Circuit, which is another film I'd like to hear.
Yeah, Police Academy,
Cocoon, and then Dance and Cheers.
Cheers, yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
He was
Thank you.
He was huge. So three big names, wasn't it?
Huge names.
And I looked at their ages. This sort of blew my mind. So
Now, how old they were?
I'm older than Tom Selleck is in the film.
Jesus.
I know my baby face good looks.
Yes.
Not surprising.
So how old was he then?
He was 42. He's now 78. Ted Danson was 40 in this.
He's 75 now, isn't he?
75, yeah.
Jeez.
And Gutenberg was a bit younger. He was 29 in the film.
Right.
He's now 64. So
Blimey.
they're basically all old men now.
That makes me feel really...
Not like us. Youngsters.
The twins, who because back then I think if you're using the baby, they use twins because one can sleep while the other one can film whatever, and they did that in Ghostbusters 2 as well with little Oscar, another film segueing. They must be now what, early 30s?
I think they are 30. Would 37 be right? How many years ago was this film? 87?
It was 87, so that is 36.
About 37, 30, yeah. Michelle and Lisa Blair.
Oh yeah, okay. Now, wouldn't it be great, and it would be a series if they redid it like a Netflix series, but revisit.
Yeah. Well, there was going to be a film, obviously they had three men and a little lady. Then there was talk about doing Three Men and a Bride.
Right,
And
okay.
I think it just
Just didn't
broke
happen.
down. And then there is going to be a Three Men and a Baby. I think they've been talks of it or starting it with Zac Efron's going to be in it, and then the three guys who are in the original are going to make cameos in the film.
Okay.
But there's rumours. I've read it online.
Well, they could reboot it, or they could do an up to date. It would be great with just like three men and a little grand, or I don't know.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of all the other ways they could do it. So why don't because they've women doing Ghostbusters and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So why don't we do it the other way around? Why don't like three women and a baby? But then I thought it wouldn't work, because how would a dad suddenly drop a baby on a woman's doorstep without them knowing that they'd had it? Not going to happen that way. But still.
True. Do you know the actors that were considered for the roles? This is good, because this could have been so different.
Well, I'm going to go Harrison Ford.
Okay, right. So Peter, which was Tom Selleck, we had considered Chevy Chase.
Oh,
Right.
no.
Right.
Bill Murray,
Okay.
Could have done.
Jack Nicholson, Steve Martin, and this one that blew my mind, Arnie.
Arnie.
No.
And then
Arnie the Architect.
Michael, which was Steve Gutenberg, John Travolta, Tom Hanks, Bruce Willis, Michael Keaton, Rick Moranis.
That could have been quite good, actually. Rick
And then
Moranis.
Jack, Jeff Daniels, Danny Glover, Superman himself, Christopher Reeve,
Right.
and Michael J. Fox. So we could have had Michael J. Fox, Rick Moranis, and Arnie.
What a
As three
lineup
men.
that
Which I
was.
think would have been great.
Yeah, that would have been great.
That would have been good.
Another link to a film we've not covered yet, though. Did anyone notice Peter Mitchell?
Yes.
Do you remember what other name Pete Mitchell is in an 80s film?
Pete Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go.
Top Gun.
Top Gun!
Okay, who was that? Who was
Maverick.
Pete Mitchell was...
Oh, Pete
yeah,
Mitchell.
Yeah. So I was there, I was like, Peter Mitchell. I know that name. What do I know that name? It's Pete
okay.
Mitchell.
Also, he is the dad of Grant and Phil from EastEnders.
Who is? Oh, yeah, of course.
Mitchell.
Yeah, I got you now. Swing and miss.
Right.
So let's go for the film then. We
Let's
start
go
off
through.
with the bad boys in the background. Boys will be boys.
Oh, I love this stuff. I like the Touchstone.
Touchstone logo.
And that comes across as well.
The slightly sped up camera work and the painting of the mural and all their shenanigans. Those three lads in New York in the 80s.
Now,
players.
Absolute play. High five. High five. Absolute players. No, I've listened to a couple of podcasts who talked about this film and they're like, I feel uncomfortable that they're going out and sleeping with all these. They're single men.
They're single men and it's fictional.
It's not real. They're just having a great time. They're like pulling chicks.
Yeah. As one leaves, one turns up.
Yeah, he goes out for a run.
And he just... that's you, that is.
You know, if that was me, I'd be like... do you want to go back there? Forget it. But he goes for a run and pulls one. Oh, brilliant. Absolute players.
Absolute players.
But
and how cool are they, though? They've got an elevator into their apartment.
I know. And this apartment, this is like... It's a little bit weird that they're guys in their late 30s and 40s all living together. But I suppose if they're all single...
Yeah, but it's a big enough apartment.
Yeah.
And it's New York in the 80s.
Yeah. That elevator, as you say.
Elevator into your apartment. Can you imagine that? I'm just catching a lift to my penthouse apartment.
He paints that...
paints that great...
Is it a vestibule, I think they call it?
No, there's a little sign that goes up, mural.
Right, okay.
Mural pointed by... Oh, that area.
The area is called it. Is it American? The only time I've ever heard that word, vestibule, is in Friends.
Right.
When Chandler gets stuck in the vestibule.
For the ATMs.
With Jill Goodacre. And he's on the phone to Chandler, to Joey in it. Yeah, okay, so...
great intro scene. They have the party for Pete's... Do they determine what age he is?
No.
His 40th birthday, or is it just
He's there, the camcorder, isn't he? I love that camcorder.
Lifestyles of the rich and famous, or whatever it is.
Yeah. I reckon it must be his... He didn't say 40th, because otherwise it would say 40th.
I think he said late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
Who knows? He won't tell, or something like that.
I'm just glad I'm not having a house party in one of those apartments in New York. I mean, the place we're empty, I don't know that many people.
Wow.
It'd be embarrassing.
The production team announced that they require 100 extras, mainly ladies, for this party scene.
Yeah.
And 5,000 ladies turned up, hoping that they could meet, I guess, Tom Selleck. Well, all of them, but Tom Selleck was...
wow.
He's a man, wasn't he?
He's a man's man.
That moustache.
Yeah. What a man. Reminds me of us, those three guys.
Yes, Rob.
Brilliant.
The only difference between you and Tom Selleck, well, there's quite a few differences actually.
Moustache.
It's quite a few.
Tom Selleck was able to grow a moustache.
Yeah.
So what are you, 42?
28, mate.
With an Australian accent. So yeah, Tom Selleck could grow a moustache.
Yeah.
I mean, for you guys, I don't know whether you follow Rob on TikTok, Farringdon Dad. Is it hashtag Farringdon?
Yeah.
Or whatever it is?
Little plug there.
Yeah, little plug.
There's Rob's done a TikTok for Maverick Top Gun.
I've seen
yeah.
that one.
And
Nothing
all I
sexy,
can
is
say
it?
is I ain't been rude, but that moustache is dodgy as hell.
Nothing sexy in it. Ginger and white moustache. Ladies love it.
So if you want to have a look what Rob looks like with a moustache, TikTok, Farringdon Dad.
Did that after Top Gun Maverick, didn't you?
Yeah.
Maybe we get Rob to repost it so it's at the top of his list.
I wore my suit and shades and dog tags in the cinema.
Did you?
Nah, I didn't really.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Right, anyway, let's keep going. Enough about me.
It's all about you, mate.
Jack looks like Hugh Hefner, I thought.
He's got that smoking jacket and he is playing the field.
Yeah, they're loving it, aren't they? I thought it's funny where Peter says to a lady, a woman comes up to Peter and says, are you with Rebecca? And he's like, we see other people,
Yeah.
And then a guy comes up to him and says, Rebecca's nice, are you with her? Yeah, we're tight as hell. 5 years
5
now.
years, yeah. Yeah, that's brilliant. Just goes the player attitude.
And Rebecca, who is Peter's girlfriend in this, was in Independence Day.
Independence Day. Don't know the name, can't remember the name.
Now, she was Jeff Goldblum's love interest.
Squeeze, yeah. Ex-wife.
Now, in Independence Day, sound the alarm. Los Angeles is one of the cities that gets blown up, isn't it? New York, Washington, Los Angeles gets flattened. I'm pretty sure it does.
They go to
I know New York's one of them because they blew up the Empire State.
I'm sure LA gets flattened.
Washington
Washington does.
Because it's the White House.
Yeah.
I can't remember LA.
Anyway, LA gets flattened, and what other building is in LA?
Tenuous link, Nakatomi Plaza.
But was it built in 1987?
No. Right, so we've
There you go,
introduced to the characters, and we know what they're like. So they're a bit players, aren't they?
Yeah. So Jack's an actor, and he's got a guy coming up saying, I'm not doing commercials anymore.
Yes.
No, I don't want you to do a commercial. I just want you to do a favour for me. A package is going to arrive in the next couple of days. Can you just take care of it? Now, he's about to go off to Turkey.
To do a film.
10 weeks to do a film. And he's like, yeah. My guys will take care of it. We'll look after a package.
Whatever.
For you.
Peter's in that video room. Oh, that was so great.
Oh, yeah. It was the greatest clutch shot of the modern era.
And they got those nice little square TVs.
Yeah.
That looked cool, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. So, what do we? Oh, Michael. This is funny. Michael's in the room trying to pull that woman.
Yep.
He's not having much luck.
Poor Michael.
He's like, you know how to get over a lover? Down to a stranger. Yeah. It's like, oh, it's so cheesy. Don't think it worked.
No.
Didn't work for you either.
Didn't work. Not with my moves. So, is it the next day? Do we have the next day
The
now?
next day, Jack's gone, and
Yes.
Tom Selleck's out for a run,
Goes
morning
for a
paper, all that jazzmatazz or whatever. Comes back, comes up the elevator into his apartment, walks straight past a Moses basket with little Mary.
He goes straight in, doesn't he?
Yeah, straight in, then comes back out and looks down.
Yeah.
Thinks it's a joke, calls his buddy over, and they're like, look outside. What?
Yeah.
You look outside. I don't get it. Okay, they look outside. It's a baby.
It's a baby.
I know it's a baby. What's it doing there? Well, how the hell should I know? And then they find the letter.
Yes. It says
Sylvia.
Does it say to Jack?
He does say to Jack.
Yeah, so then straight away and says, yeah, Sylvia basically just dumped a baby.
Yeah. You can't cope.
Yeah.
You take care of it. Sorry.
Yeah. She didn't even knock the door. She probably just left it on the. They might have been out.
They might have moved.
Yeah.
It's been 6-7 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus all the time of pregnancy as well.
Yeah. So they pick the baby up, crying later. They don't know what to do. So the story is like 3 dads don't know what to do.
Typical
with
fish
baby.
out of water kind of experience here. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's, with our experience of having NCTs and stuff like that, and having women in our lives, we still struggled. Then if you were just thrown into it, no preparation, bang, you're a dad.
Yeah.
Even 3 of you.
And especially their lifestyle, which is like different
Players.
women every night. Yeah. And now they got to look after a different lady. Yeah.
And of course, all the trials and tribulations that come with it.
All we got to do is feed it. I don't know what babies eat. Soft stuff. We were babies once. What did we eat? I don't know. It couldn't have been any good. I don't remember.
Yeah.
So they decide they need to feed the baby. So Tom Selleck, Peter, rushes to the shop. This is funny. He's sweating loads in the apartment, and he rushes to the shop, and then when he's in the shop, his vest's completely dry.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Didn't notice that.
Picked that one up.
Nerd.
Yeah, picked it up. Pampers paid 50 grand to be in this film.
Really?
50 grand in 1987.
You pay a damn time more than that nowadays.
Yeah. He goes, how old's your baby? He's sort of like
This old.
measuring a fish. Yeah, this old.
You don't know how old your baby is? Yeah, of course I do.
Not that big.
And then Michael's trying to entertain it with like, I wrote down here, diving mask, ashtray, and his hairy chest. That's quite funny. He's in this hairy chest, and the ashtray. Like, brilliant. And then Mrs. Hathaway comes in, doesn't she? Mm-hmm. Who is like receptionist of the
I guess the
apartment,
concierge, the apartment manager, services manager, whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
I like it when she says, "Me and Mr. Hathaway, we couldn't have a baby. He had a low sperm count." Like,
some guys have all the luck.
I missed that bit the first time. And they try and change the nappy. First nappy, well, we always remember those days. That first one, it's like, wow.
It's because it's still quite new to me. It's like 7 weeks of doing this. So many things in this where she does that. Oh, we do that. I remember that.
Yeah.
You guys have obviously done it in the past. You probably had multiple years since you've done it last.
Yeah, I can remember last time. Yeah, years.
But it's very fresh and it's very like kind of just like watching it with this perspective is very interesting and very funny almost.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's realistic as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're like, how many cotton pads you need? I don't know. The nappies are wrong way around. Pick it up and nappy falls off.
But I found as well, like, yes, a lot of things can change. Like you and I were talking just before this about like the bottle prep machine, the sterilisers and stuff like that. But also a lot of things to stay the same, because I imagine back in the 80s there'd be safety pins on nappies.
Yeah, it wasn't disposable nappies, was it?
But they had tape things.
Yeah.
So they were all the same as what we're doing. I was impressed at how much stayed the same. Like sterilising was done back in then. I'm acting like this was in the Stone Age or something like that. But I just thought things would have been much more different than they were. Okay, there are things that are different, but there are things that are also very much the same in terms of baby care.
Yeah, it's just like technology for things. That was it.
A lot of things are automated and easy. You don't have to boil a saucepan to heat. You can get things that will just set the temperature right.
Yeah. All right, Mum.
I know. But just the argument between Pete and Michael was like, you hold it, I can't hold it, I've got to prep the bottle.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. Very, very realistic kind of.
But they struggle, but then they start to work as a team, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Like once they've done one nappy, then they realise they can do it. And there's that scene where Pete falls asleep. He's got the baby on it and he's sort of like nodding off, like we've all been there. He's nodding off with the bottle. Oh god, yeah.
Bottles out of the mouth, bottles resting on the chin or whatever.
That's funny, both looking tired. And the one thing I thought was really funny, again, we've all been there, is they've obviously just got the baby off to sleep.
Yeah.
And Moses, whatever. And then I think it's some police sirens in the background because they're in New York, aren't they? And they jump up and they're like trying to cover themselves from the noise and any lights standing by the window.
Close the window, he's got a pillow and he's just like...
And the baby just lifts their head up and like looks around and they're like, please don't cry, please go back to sleep, please go back to sleep.
Yeah.
And then she does, and a relief, and they're thank God for that.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny. What we got next? Rebecca comes over before a night out.
He calls her over, doesn't he?
Does he call her?
He calls her, yeah, what's the great emergency?
Yep.
And he's got a cellist.
That's it.
Reminds me of Ghostbusters as well, with the cellist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. In New York.
In New York, yeah, playing for the Carnegie Hall type thing.
Yeah. And
isn't he from a different country as well?
Yes, he is.
Very much like Ghostbusters.
But he just thinks because Rebecca's a woman, she knows.
Yeah, I know. That's actually just really bad, isn't it? It's really bad. You're a woman, you know.
Woman, baby.
Never had kids before, mate.
Yeah.
How would I know? I'm in the same situation as you.
And she basically says no, she's going out on a date.
Yeah. It's like, we were never exclusive. Poor Pete, but again, he knows. Yeah.
So she doesn't want to look after her, sorry. Then we got Peter. I've got here Peter getting ready. Oh, this is funny, yeah. And he's just about to go to work, and Michael says, "I think she's done a doodle."
Yeah.
And he's like got his white shirt on. He's just about to go out to work. And
go to a meeting.
I'll give you $1,000 if you do it. It's the last thing I want to do at the minute.
It's the last thing I want to do. Full stop.
You $1,000.
I'd fly over there and do it for $1,000.
I'd take it. Yeah, I'd take it.
Because they're trying to go to work.
They've both got work stuff on between the two of them. You know, they're two full-time jobs thrown into this.
Yeah, because Peter's a architect and a successful architect. I guess that's why he's got the penthouse suite. And Michael is a cartoonist.
Yeah, Johnny Cool or Johnny
Cool.
Cat
Johnny Cool, that's it. Yeah,
Cool. Johnny
Cool.
That may have been a quiz question.
Could be.
Remember that one?
Write it down.
Johnny Cool.
And then this is when it starts. So I can't remember this bit when I was younger. I can't remember the whole drugs. Which is kind of unnecessary. You don't really need the drugs in it, but I suppose.
Oh yes, this is what's the face drops off the package and he just like throws it to the side.
Yes, which that was the original package from the start, wasn't it?
Yeah. But there's confusion because it's like Jack said there'd be a package delivered.
Yeah.
But not to say anything to anybody about it. It's a very delicate matter. So they're like stuck with this baby, a package. Just a very that kind of coincidental kind of thing. Now these days, easily solved. This wouldn't happen because you just text your friend going, "What's this baby doing here?" And you know, even if they're in Turkey,
You can't get hold of Jack, can you?
no. Yeah, no.
You know. And then the drug guys, this is mental. They come to the door They want the package. So the guys think the package is the baby.
Yeah.
Give them the baby, and they're like, okay, yeah. And they still go to take the baby.
Yeah.
If that was
They were
me-
joking. I'm like, oh yeah, powder.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'll go and get the. I'll go and get the
baby powder. Yeah.
You still want me to take the baby?
There's were you swearing? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm swearing.
There's shit all over the apartment.
Yeah.
What? There's shit all over the apartment. Yeah.
He thinks the drugs have been come out the.
Yeah.
And he says, we cleared it up or something. We haven't been able to work or sleep. Yeah, and there's shit all over the place. That's it. Shit, what? The package been busted. That's it.
Yeah.
That's good. So they take the baby, don't they?
They take the baby and then
Try and put it in the boot with the sports car.
Did you
Right in front of a police officer.
Why do I listen to you? I'm going to put it in the boot. Yeah, but typical New York police officer.
I talk about drawing attention to yourself.
I know.
You've got drugs on you, supposedly. They think you've got drugs. So let's stick a baby in the middle of New York. Let's stick a baby in the boot.
Mounted police officer comes up and asks questions. Where does that horse stay when he comes up to the apartment?
Yeah. He probably just tied it up outside somewhere,
Yeah.
but
They left it in the reception.
oh yeah,
Because later on they come out and said there's a horse in.
shit all over the place.
It's foul reception.
That's the word, yeah. That's the one.
Yeah, come on, Rob.
Sorry.
Did you watch this film or not?
Yeah. Peter finds the drugs and realises the mistake, doesn't he? And then he thinks, no, I realise what's happened.
They're under surveillance anyway.
Yes, that's it.
From DEA or narcotics, sorry. And once they get rid of that and they get the baby back, that detective knocks on the door.
Yes,
and they're the most suspicious yet unsuspicious.
Yeah, this is funny, isn't it? He puts the heroin in the nappy.
Yeah, it's clever.
Yeah, and then they realise what's happened, don't they? And they realise Jack, the package and everything. And then Jack calls from Turkey, saying stuff that sounds like drugs.
Yeah,
so it's
the shit here is so cheap.
I'll try and smuggle it back.
Yeah, I have to smuggle it back. Yeah, and he's just like looking over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Jack, can't talk right now, but we really do need to talk in the future.
Yeah. What did he say then? I've got a baby. Yeah, I've got your baby. He didn't mention the baby then, did he? Did he?
You wouldn't really mention that in front of the coppers, though, would you? Because otherwise the coppers think, what's going on?
Social services would be called or whatever.
Yeah, okay. They realise that Mrs. Hathaway could babysit. Mm-hmm. So they can get out to work.
Hathaway, you're looking lovely today.
Yeah, that's it. Butter her up. And then they go out to work. He goes to buy... This bit was weird. He goes to buy a...
Sports Illustrated. Yeah.
And that giraffe thing up there, which, weirdly, we used to have one of these. They're like a teething toy.
Right.
And
apparently we've got something very similar.
Yeah, and he says giraffe, and then the guy says...
That's a dinosaur.
It's like, no, it's obviously a giraffe. Why did he say dinosaur?
And why is he so embarrassed about it? Just go, yeah, I'm getting this giraffe.
Yeah, he does sort of say it as if he's like buying a porno.
Keep the change.
Giraffe, please, man.
Yeah.
He just runs off without the change, yeah. That's weird. I'd own it, man. Own it.
Yeah. And it's not a dinosaur.
Well, doesn't the lady next to him also say it's a dinosaur as well?
Yeah,
Wasn't
the woman behind
It
him.
just keeps on more and more attention.
Yeah. Maybe like men in the 80s, you didn't buy...
Man stuff.
Yeah, you didn't buy
Mustache.
baby stuff, did you?
No, don't buy baby stuff, man.
Sports Illustrated.
Sports Illustrated, pack of smokes.
Yeah, pint of lager. And that toy for my kid. How times have changed. Mm-hmm. And then we get... he gets back and the place has been ransacked by the...
Yeah, Mrs. Whatever it is tied up.
She's tied up and lying on the floor, isn't she?
And they just... He goes to find Mary. Priority number one, of course, is the baby.
Yeah, and Peter does get in there and very concerned, and he didn't give a damn about his videos, which was probably his number one priority before. All he wanted to see was where's Mary, is she okay?
So you take a massive tour of the studio apartment as he's running from room to room. Huge place.
Yeah.
And they finally hear Mary crying in the background in a random room. And they basically say there's a note, isn't there, next time you take the baby.
Yeah, next time I take the baby.
So him and Michael are kind of just
a bit more concerned.
A bit more concerned. And then she's like, guys, can you untie me, please? Yeah. She's just left there doing nothing.
Oh yeah, Miss Hathaway, yeah, right, we're coming. Jack arrives home then. Next scene, I think, does it?
Yeah, so there's a very funny scene of Peter reading like a boxing thing to Mary. Is like, the champ did an uppercut to the contender's chin, spilling blood all over the canvas. What are you reading to her? It doesn't matter what I'm reading. It's just the tone that I read it in, because she doesn't understand words.
Yeah, which is very true. Very clever.
It's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
So what are you reading then to your little one?
I'm not reading to the little one yet. No, not yet.
No,
But
she's
I
still
will
quite young.
talk in funny voices.
Yeah.
So maybe our next podcast, we could do a podcast like
A
this.
podcast for babies.
Yeah, that's annoying me already. Let's not do that.
So it's all night. Yeah, transition. So straight into it.
Jack arrives, he gets a basket.
But they
chucked
think
him.
it's the robbers because they're on edge.
Yes.
So it's made to think that we think it's the robbers too.
Yeah.
And
Like,
of course, the place is a complete sty. It's
Yes.
a pigsty. So
and it's
think about
dark.
the place.
Jack doesn't think
It's
to put the
dark.
light on.
And he's falling over stuff and he's going, what's all this?
Yeah.
And then boom,
Baby shit
basketball
everywhere.
in the head.
The place looked like a pigsty. He came in and wondered what was going on. He had a look around.
Fell over.
Gets a basketball chucked at him. Oh, yeah.
Why not?
They're quite hard, I suppose, aren't they?
Yeah. Tackle to the floor.
And then he gets told all about the baby.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, God.
What's funny is Peter's got Jack, and then Michael comes and gets Peter off Jack. Michael realises that it is Jack, and then goes to attack him, and Peter has to grab Michael back. I'll kill you! You're irresponsible! I'll kill you!
So he works out how old the baby is and then tracks back, and he's sort of like, where was I? That's doing
London.
Yeah, that's it. Stratford.
Stratford. Taming of the Shrew.
Shakespeare play.
Yeah. I did some of my best work. Whee!
And then they there's a funny scene when they're playing pool.
Oh, they let him get on with it.
Yeah, they're sort of
Should
like,
we help him?
yeah.
Give him another half hour.
How'd you get his diaper on? Figure out yourself, you dickhead.
Yeah, I did have to laugh at that.
We had to figure it out.
Yeah.
He said, oh, she's like, not on the silk sheets.
Not on the silk sheets.
Shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Just lay it down. It's like coming out like a fountain.
Oh, nasty.
Ah, brilliant. Ah, great. So they let him struggle for it, but they do help him, I think, after, didn't they?
2 become 3.
Yeah.
And
It should have been called Two Men and a Baby, really, because it
the
was.
first half of it, yeah. Well, the first quarter.
It's like it is Peter's baby as well.
Yeah. I mean, if you know, spoilers if you've never seen it, but it ends up, the mum gets with Peter in the end.
Oh, okay. Is that in the next film?
Oh, have you not seen the second?
I have, but I can't remember it.
Oh, I've spoiled it for you then.
Ah,
Yeah.
really?
There's a blossoming romance between Sylvia and Peter.
Ah, okay.
basically. Yeah.
Because it seems like it is his baby, the way he looks after it, and like in the
he's
photo.
Alpha male, isn't he?
Yeah, the photo for the film, which we've recreated, is on our Instagram.
Well, hey, another little plug.
Is he holding the baby? He is.
He is, yeah. He's the main man. I mean, I guess he was the biggest star out of those 3, and he was the biggest drawer, the biggest seller, so they had to put him front and centre.
Like I say, certainly watching the second one, you'd think Mary was his.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the second one.
Well, when we get to our 90s phase in this, we will do 3 Men and a Little Lady.
Right, so this is the talking point that everyone keeps saying, are you going to talk about when we get there? Jack calls his mum.
Yeah.
And his mum comes over and he's basically I'm a screw up, can you look after the baby?
She is the best mum because she does the best thing for him, nothing.
Completely agree.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
It's basically your life's been a screw up until now, and now you can make
it.
it
Chance to make yourself, and it's brilliant.
And it's the ghost scene.
The ghost scene.
Right. Do you want to talk about the ghost scene?
Paul, do you know about the ghost scene?
Yeah, when they're walking through the empty room, or I can't remember what they're doing there, but as the camera pans back behind the net curtain veil in the background, I mean, it's a cardboard cutout, wasn't it? But for many years, I mean, there's rumored that there was a ghost, and there was stories of someone dying there, which obviously would then make
that's right
the ghost story. But no, apparently it was a cardboard.
So it cuts forward and back. You go through the same thing, one single cut.
Yes.
No kind of like editing or stuff. And on the way through, you don't see anything in the background. On the way back, you see what people thought at the time was a boy.
Yes, it's behind a net curtain.
Behind that curtain.
And it's a cardboard cutout of Jack when he was younger.
Oh, it's a Jack, is
And
it?
it's promotional for the film when that dog food commercial we
That's
told
it.
her about.
Yeah, which they must have cut from the film. Mm-hmm. And I think later on in the film you can see a cardboard
It's
cutout
actually in.
of him.
It's very early on in the film. It's on his bed laying down, and
Right.
later on, it's in the film in the background. Or he's very close to it.
So this was quite clever because this got everyone talking about the film. And
Yeah, I don't think they meant to do it.
No. Now you can imagine watching this on VHS and you're pausing it and it's
Yeah.
shaky and it looks.
Yeah.
You look at it now, it's obvious it's a
Yeah,
cardboard cutout.
it's been debunked.
But the story was they filmed this scene in an apartment in New York, and months before, a little boy had killed himself with a shotgun.
Which apparently is when you go through the scene the first time, you can see the shotgun.
Yes.
Or something that looks like a shotgun.
It's
I
not-
have never seen
yeah,
that.
I've not seen that, but I've
and
read it.
I can't see the shotgun anyway.
So everyone was saying this is the ghost of the boy that killed himself. Now, like all ghost stories, there's an explanation.
Yeah.
Which is, it's a cardboard cutout, and this was a studio. This wasn't even an apartment.
Never filmed even in an apartment, you know.
But it got everyone talking, and
Yeah.
it probably
It was filmed on a soundstage in Toronto, I think, or something like that.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think it was Canada because they was it. Ted Danson was married at the time, and before filming, and the two guys wanted to take him out on the piss. To get get the camaraderie, what's the right word? And lads. And they did it in Toronto, so it must have been filmed there. Yeah,
Right.
trying to be like a bachelor, try and get the mindset of a bachelor. And that was a ghost story. So no ghost.
No ghosts, because I'm going to be controversial here. This is my opinion. Your opinion may differ. Ghosts do not exist,
Hey?
I'm the same. I agree.
Hey?
but you may feel different.
But who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters, obviously.
Well, you're in New York.
Yes. What a crossover!
Yes. So it could have been. They could have done it as a ghost. Oh. And then the Venkman comes in.
Imagine 3 men and a little, 3 men and a baby.
Maybe that's why Rick
Ghostbusters.
Moranis didn't get the part.
Yes, because he was possessed.
What a crossover scene that could have been.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Should have thought of that. There we go. So that was the ghost story.
that was the ghost that everyone talked about when you were younger.
Rick Moranis could have been working at the apartment. He could have been the keymaster.
It could have been the same apartment block as Dana's as well. All that could have been happening.
It's similar. It's Central Park West, isn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, it is actually next door. So, in New York, you go up Central Park West. So you've got Zool. Mm-hmm. Next to Zool, you have the church. Mm-hmm. I can't remember if it's. I think it's 62nd Street. Then you have their apartment.
So it's really, really close to
Yeah.
one another.
Do you see the Ghostbuster building in this film? I was looking for it.
No,
Probably. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think you can. I kind of tried to watch it because the camera kind of pans down the opposite direction, but no, it's next door. But one, because
There you go.
Anyway, so Jack's mum
Says no.
says no, does the right thing,
That's absolutely the right
spot on, yeah.
respect.
Doesn't even have it at weekends or anything like that. It's like,
No,
no,
no.
your responsibility, son.
Deal with it.
Should have kept it in your trousers.
Yeah, basically.
Michael and Peter go out for a night.
No, this is great because I can relate now. You know, absolutely.
I was going to say
I
this.
never got it before, but I can definitely relate.
It's funny because even now, like my kids are 10 and 13, so if me and my wife went out and we got like they're staying at my sister's or my mum and dad's or something, we go out, have a meal, and all we do is talk about the kids.
Yeah.
I wonder
I wonder what he's
now.
doing. I wonder what.
Yeah. We don't worry. Like, obviously, they were worrying because Jack's, a new dad.
This
and that.
is what we got. It's like, maybe he's trying to sleep. Maybe he's fell and hit his head.
Yes.
You know,
You think
where
the
it
worst.
goes from 0 to like 100 in 2 seconds.
Yeah, and they tried to ring him, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think they go to the theatre, didn't they?
Yeah.
They go on a date.
Sing us the songs from the second act, and they
Yeah.
just run off.
They can't get hold
Are they
of him.
always this weird? Only when they get involved with another woman.
Yeah. And he's bless him. He's showering with he can't get the baby to stop crying. So he's fed her. He's
We've all
changed a
been there.
nappy. So he's like,
all been there, yeah.
have a nice shower, which is a lovely thing to do. It's like shower your little baby or your bath, which is what all mums and dads do. And then they get back and I thought we left the stove on. Once
Yeah.
they realise he's okay.
No, I have not left the stove. What are you guys doing back? Yeah.
And then they install a
Phone in the
Phone in.
shower. completely dangerous. Bloody phone
Just
in
put
the
it out,
shower.
and not in the shower. Why not put it just outside the shower so
Yeah.
that you can still hear it ringing?
I mean, I bet someone somewhere can invent a waterproof phone. Someone, but it seems dangerous to me, especially in the 80s.
Yeah, that was funny. Anyway, they get the. Do they get a note now from the drug dealers, or they want to meet? The drug dealers want to meet.
Yeah, oh God, what?
Can't think what happened now.
Does he get a note? Because they go down to the phone box, don't they?
That's it. Oh yeah, they're
And,
told
They
to meet
steal
the
the
phone
drugs, so they go down the phone box.
But why do they do that? I can't remember. They must have got a note.
Because weren't they trying to get evidence to show that they were drug dealers? Because Ted Danson comes out dressed as a lady. Was this later on in the film?
This
it,
is
but
their
this
plan.
is their to
and
escape.
we're setting up that plan now.
There's a thing in reception, and it's that guy who had the drug, who the package was supposed to be delivered for, had been beaten up.
That's it. That's it. It's
And
a
they-
complete. It's the director's been mugged.
Yeah, and they say meet at the phone box 8 o'clock.
That's it. That's
for the
it.
plan.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
And
He dresses as why does he dress as a woman? Is
He's
he
got the baby under.
Right, okay, so first of all, you got the phone box scene where they're like, he's like, well, we're going to do it my way. And if you don't, we're going to, oh, I can't do this. And they go, go on, you can do it. Act tough, act tough. Well, we're going to flush it down the toilet. And then they have to enact their plan. So Jack has to get out with the baby without anybody, other cops or the drug
Yes.
dealers seeing. So
Yeah,
he dresses
okay.
as a pregnant woman, which is hilarious. Because remember, I'd forgotten about that bit, and I was watching it. I went, "That lady's pregnant." Like they've caught a pregnant woman in that shot there, and then obviously it
Realised,
cuts. I was
okay.
like, "Oh, okay, yes, that fooled me." And then obviously Peter and Michael come out, and then the cops follow,
Yeah.
and they do a quick switcheroo in a taxi.
Yeah, where they get a taxi from?
Where do you get the taxi from?
And what are they taking the like? If I'm going to go and do a deal with some drug dealers, which I ain't done that for weeks, don't take the baby.
Take the bloody baby. Give it to Mrs. Carnegie or whatever her name is.
Hathaway.
Hathaway.
You give it to Mrs. Carnegie if you want, but she don't live there anymore, mate.
Yeah. Or call a sitter.
Yeah. Rebecca.
Yeah.
She's not playing the cello.
Call a sitter, for heaven's sake, especially if you're going to. But it wouldn't have made an exciting scene, would it?
Yes, and then they plan to get it all on video. Mm-hmm. Camcorder video. They meet the drug dealers. I guess it's one of Peter's.
It's one of those
Where he's
doing
working.
work
Yeah,
architect.
it is. It's one of his building sites.
And Michael hides in the air vent
Yep.
to get it all. And Peter's there, like, just to let you know, and he meets the drug dealers, that we're amateurs. We don't
We can
normally-
tell that.
So
yeah.
basically, still doing a drug deal though.
Yeah.
He's still doing a drug dealing with him. He's like, just let you know, I'm giving you the drugs. So, but then he sort of says that we were caught up in this. So hopefully, he gets it all on camera. But he falls.
Falls over like an idiot.
Yes.
But again, what film would it have been if they just went off their separate ways?
Yeah. Falls over.
We needed a bit of action, a little bit of suspense with the lifts coming down.
Yeah.
Pressing the wrong button.
Pressing the wrong buttons.
Yeah, they go down and then they press the wrong. That's it. Yeah, shuts down the wrong one. They sort it out in the end, and they do shut down the one with the drug dealers in, don't they? And then the cops turn up.
Yeah.
But just before that, Jack leaves Mary in the taxi in like a right dodgy area. Like,
Yeah.
I thought that's a bit
dodgy.
a bit naughty.
Closed car.
Anyway, police arrive, all okay.
And the inspector wants to, can I hold her now? And they're like, no.
No, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I thought
He
that.
held her before.
Yeah.
And now they've got nothing. Why?
Yeah, you know, the whole little baby.
Yeah. Nothing
Everything's
wrong with that
okay.
guy. He's on the winning side.
Yeah. End of film.
Well,
It could be.
could easily have been the end of the film, but no.
We go to the frisbee montage.
Yeah.
Montage. And can we do this later? Can we take
Want to go out there and play
take
frisbee?
your little daughter, take Anastasia down the park with frisbee? Chicks love it. They'll be all around it. Have you not seen this scene?
The scene is great.
So he's holding the baby and he's like catching a frisbee with one hand, and there's like 10 women around him. It should work.
Yeah.
What's the time now? 11 o'clock. If we get down there for 12. It's a bit weird though, frisbee. Take a football maybe not frisbee.
Yeah.
And the women everywhere just loving it, aren't they? Then it goes back to the apartment. This is a bit weird. It's like an outtake when they're chucking the bottle.
Yeah. Ho!
One bottle, please.
Ho! And get that little sped up kind of thing. And
Yeah. Do you reckon that was where he kept missing it? Do you reckon that was... He was meant to miss it, or at least it was an outtake. They just kept it in the film.
I reckon
I read it's probably an outtake, which they kind of... Because it's right at the end of the film as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's quite good. One bottle, please. And then they're replacing the wine with bottles in the rack.
Yeah.
That's
Showing how their life's changing.
Yeah.
So where's your wine rack?
We filled it with what's our wine rack filled it with at the moment? I think it's got toilet rolls.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we baby can't get to sleep, and they do this song.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
But
It's like she can't sleep. Oh, that's not like her. Should we try it? Yeah, let's try it. So they obviously pre-planned it.
yes. Now stick around to the end of this podcast where we'll
We'll give this a shot.
We'll be,
But the famous
ending it.
scene, what everyone remembers, but we'll spoil no more.
Yeah. Have you been practicing the song ready for the end?
Yeah.
Good. Paul?
No.
Got your singing voice on?
La 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 la.
No. Okay.
Okay, I can't remember what happens next, but let's go straight to
I've got Sylvia's mum. Yes.
knock at the door.
And she turns up.
Hello, I'm Sylvia.
Yeah, American doing a British accent.
So I didn't know at this point whether Nancy, what's her name?
Nancy. Who's Nancy?
The actress.
Oh, okay.
Come on,
Nancy
Bob.
Travis.
Nancy Travis. I know her from one other film. So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Okay.
And
What was the film called?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I know her from one other film, and I can't remember if she was British or American.
She's
And that is a
American.
sign of a good actress. So I looked her up, and I was like, "Holly, is she British or American?" She said, "Oh, no, she's British." Looked her up, she's American.
Yeah.
She was in a few things before. This was a breakout role.
It's like in Hello, Governor.
But yeah, it's very over the top.
Yeah.
But she does a good job, and she convinced me. I thought she was genuinely a British actress.
But she just wants a baby. She's like, I'll come and collect my baby now.
Yeah. And there's probably men, women, mothers all going, "Where the fuck have you been?"
Yes.
type thing. You can't just come back in here.
Yeah, I was like that. I was like, oh, no, love. You don't just dump the baby and say, oh,
you
no,
can't just do that. But mothers' rights and stuff. I guess they got an American actress because it was easier to get an American actress or cheaper, to do a British accent than to fly an English actress all the way over.
And she was playing British character because she had to move away, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, let's go with that. It was a story. And
She
stuff.
says, oh, she looks very happy, Jack. You're obviously taking good care of her. Yes, they did. They had to. That's what you should have done, love.
Yeah.
But there we go.
So they're all sad. They're realising what's happening. Was Jack there? Or was it just Michael and...
No, I think it's just Peter answers the door and then he goes and wakes up Michael.
Mary's leaving, he says.
Yeah.
I think Jack was there.
Was Jack there? Oh, yeah, I think he was. He's just in the
Oh yeah, because there's that awkward scene where they're sat on the bed, aren't they? They're just going... Dum, dum.
Yeah.
So, what you've been doing the last year and a half, you know?
Yeah. So how long have they had the baby, do you think?
I would imply it's been about a month to 2 months max.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's not long, is it?
No, she hasn't changed much, has she?
I thought it was 10 weeks because of Jack coming back, but no, they said, what are you doing back so early? It's because his part was cut.
Right. Of course, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so, let's say 6 to 8 weeks they've had her.
And she wants to leave that day, doesn't
She
she?
wants to go catch the flight there and then, and they sat around packed up all the bags, and there's like moments of frustration seeping through.
Yeah.
It's like, we packed the blender. Should we give her the blender? Yeah. Pack the bottles. Pack the bottles. It's like, how can they let him? How can Jack let this happen out of nowhere? Well, hey, Jack's baby.
Yeah.
And then they're
a little bit pissed. They're pissed off.
but they can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
It's not their
And they know
rights.
they're going to miss her.
They
Yeah.
know they're going to miss her. It's not actually their daughter.
Yeah. And they love the baby so much, don't they? It's nice.
And they're sat around saying, "Hey, we're better off. We can go back to having parties. This is better off. We're less stressed. We can get sleep now. We can work." It's like, yeah, we're all better off, Jack.
And then she goes.
Why do I feel so bad?
Yeah,
And
she goes.
they can't say to him.
Yeah.
They're trying to get him to realise.
And then
it.
as soon as he says, "What do I feel so bad?" they're like, "Yes, we all agree."
Yeah. And then they rushed to JFK.
They rush in that taxi.
Again, these days could have been solved just Sylvia, wait. Or Sylvia, wait.
It's nicer in the taxi, and the taxi driver's driving them. And they say, "So where are you rushing off to?" It's like,
wait till they say daddy.
He said, "Yeah, wait till they say daddy," and they're like,
"Can you drive faster?"
Can you drive faster? Yeah. Pulls on the heartstrings even more, doesn't it?
Runs through security, which are very fast and lacks security, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, this was pre 9/11.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah,
But in America, you used to be able to. Remember this when in the early 1980s when we went to Florida. The security, you kind of went through to check everything, but it wasn't like passport control. You could, as a guest, go literally up to
go
the
up
boarding
to the gate. That's crazy that you're able to go up to the gate and say bye. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts.
And
anyway,
the plane's just pulling away.
British Airways.
Yeah.
British Airways. Here's a question for you. I doubt you would have got this one. What is written on the bottom of the plane, like the name of the plane almost, as it's
Lady.
No,
Maiden.
City of
Angels.
No. Think of it, British Airways. It's in the UK.
I did see it because I was wondering whether that's one I've been on. But I can't remember.
Okay, no, I didn't see
City
it.
of Belfast.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember now.
That's just a random point that I picked up. At least I know that's not in the quiz for later.
No, it's not. So they're distraught, aren't they?
Yeah,
They go back to the apartment.
Boom.
And who's there?
Sylvia!
And Mary.
And Mary, of course.
Yeah. She hasn't left him again.
She has
left her again, sorry.
She's in tears because she realised how goddamn difficult it is.
Yeah. And they
Need to work.
Yeah. And they all come to the conclusion she can stay.
Yeah. First of all, it's okay, we can help.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, I'm not happy with this. And then, oh god, what's Pete going to say?
Yeah.
We don't want to just see her every now and again or sit her. We want to be there all the time.
Build your apartment's what I do.
Yeah. Imagine having a team of 4 to look after your firstborn. It would have been easy as hell.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there we go. And then it ends. They come out the room, didn't they, with the pram? Bit unnecessary, so they can all push it.
Together.
That's not getting through the door straight away. They got. That's just.
But it is telescopic.
That's just. You're gonna keep opening. That's a nightmare. Just take it in turns.
It's a great final scene. They're all together. One big happy family.
And the Muriel. What's it?
Muriel?
Muriel.
And she gets married. She's a wedding.
Yeah.
Muriel's wedding. That's another one.
The painting's on the wall. Now has a baby, doesn't it? And a woman in it as well.
Yeah.
And Muriel gets married. And that is the end of the film. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a good film. I enjoyed it.
It's a good film.
It's a very good feel-good film. Lots happens, and it's watching it as not a parent and watching it as a parent. You know, 2 different type of feelings and stuff like that.
Yeah. Who wants a couple of facts?
Factoids
About the... Okay, so let's do Steve Guttenberg. 3 facts on Steve Guttenberg. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
He appeared in 1989 music video for Michael Jackson, Liberian Girl.
Yeah, there's a hell of a lot of them.
Yes,
in that.
yeah.
I mean, Luther Vandross and Debbie Gibson, and there was lots of Steven Spielberg.
Founded the Gutenberg Project, which fosters children.
Mm-hmm.
And did you know he turned down the role of Venkman in Ghostbusters in favour of playing Mahoney?
Okay.
Who wants some Ted Danson facts?
Go on then.
Cheers.
Cheers, good one. He played the character Sam Malone on 3 different series. Cheers, of course. Can you name the other 2?
No.
Frasier. Oh. Which was a spin-off, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And The Simpsons.
Right.
He was in that. And he was also in Saving Private Ryan.
Ted Danson? Right. A lot of people were in Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel was in Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tom Selleck. I've got 3 facts on Tom Selleck.
Right,
Here we go.
Some facts, actually.
He was offered the role of Mitch Buchanan in Baywatch.
Okay.
Turned it down. He's a licensed pilot.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, just imagine if this happened. He missed out on the role of Terminator
Hey?
due to his commitment in Magnum P.I.
So, who would he have been, do we know?
Well, I don't know if he would have been Arnie. Would he have been Arnie? Or would he have been someone... Yeah, he might not have been Arnie, maybe.
I can't see he could have been Arnie.
And Indiana Jones as well, obviously. He turned that down, which we mentioned last.
So I wanted to know after I read this, if any of those three guys were parents or have been parents, or if they were new parents, or if they had children before or after Three Men and a Baby. I looked it up. Tom Selleck's kids are now 55 and 32, which means, and they're from two different women. So he had two different marriages.
So he did have kids.
Which means he had about a 10, 11-year-old, and he also had about a 4-year-old.
Right.
So he had not long been through that phase. So he was like a experience. Yeah. Steve Guttenberg has never had kids. He's had two marriages. Second one he's still married, as I believe.
So I wonder if that's why he founded the foster children project.
Yeah, so he's never had kids. Ted Danson has 2 kids. One is his,
right, and
he's had about 3 marriages.
Right, okay.
The last one
and the other one's left on the doorstep.
No, he did adopt. Did you know? And again, he had a. Is that Holly Leaving? Bless her. He had a affair with Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, I meant to mention that. I think I only done 2 facts on him, but yes, he had a 2-year romance with Whoopi Goldberg in the 90s.
I don't know where they met or what they met. Can you think of what they worked on together?
Well, I know Whoopi Goldberg from Ghost and Sister Act, but she must have been on other stuff.
Yeah, she's done a lot of stuff. But anyway, but that was huge at the time. It was a big Hollywood divorce case. Everyone was following it. It's entertainment, so I did not know any of that.
Yeah, there we go. Who would like a little quiz?
Let's go quiz.
Okay, quiz then.
What's the score?
Scores are 5-2 to Scott in the series.
Way! Yeah.
You sure? I've got 10 questions here. This is quite a lot.
Bring it.
I better see if my alarm works, because I don't want to miss out.
Yeah.
Jesus, baby, sleep.
Shh, don't worry, baby. Okay, 10 questions. Here we go. What song is Jack singing to Mary in the shower?
Oh no!
I could give you a clue. The title has been a film.
Don't give no clue.
Has been a film.
Yeah. Paul.
Mamma Mia.
No, he wasn't singing that.
I was going to say Ghostbusters. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna have to say I can't.
It was My Girl. It was My Girl, which that's quite clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
This girl he's singing, good little song.
Didn't see that one.
Balls.
Okay, good start. Okay, question.
Yeah, the summer break is.
Yeah, we're a bit rusty.
We're crap as we
I
were.
watched this last night.
Question number 2. What gate number at the airport do the guys run to?
Oh, Jesus.
City of Belfast.
Scott.
I'm going to random guess. 47.
No. Paul.
3.
Close.
Ooh.
You can have one more guess each. We're not doing the old like we did last time. On forever. Paul.
9.
No.
I ain't got a clue.
Go on, say a number, Scott.
7.
It was gate 4. Okay. Jesus. Right. Question 3. Question 3. How old was Mary when she left the guys? We'll come back, obviously.
I think you just got me on that
Paul.
one.
7 months.
7 months.
Yeah.
Well done.
I was going to say.
Come on, Scott. Keep up,
fair
boys.
enough. Fair play.
This is unusual. Have you ever been in the front in a quiz before?
No, I don't think so. Can I let you a little secret?
Look at his face.
That was a total guess.
Was it?
Yeah, I had no idea. I just wanted to get in there before Scott.
7 months. That's a good guess.
I just wanted to see him sweat.
1-0. 1-0 to Paul.
Well, at least we get all the others
Enjoy it
wrong.
while it lasts, pal.
Okay, question 4. You ready, Scott? You come on, playing catch
Oh,
up.
look, he looks determined now. He's like, I'm not having this.
Question 4. What Shakespeare play?
Taming of the Shrew.
He's equalised. It's 1-1.
Jesus.
It's
I knew I
1-1.
should have paid attention to Shakespeare at school.
It's 1-1. Okay, question 5. This is tense. This is the closest one we've done. What was the theme on the pinball machine?
I know, I saw it because I thought, that would be cool to have a. Isn't there one scene as well where like the front thing's been the marquee's been taken off as well? It's just blank in the background.
Don't know.
Yeah, it was.
Pinball machine had a theme.
It did have a theme. I remember seeing because I love
It wasn't
arcade
a
machines.
Well,
Halloween?
Nope.
No.
It's an American theme.
Yeah.
Halloween, America.
I'll give you a massive clue, right? So who's going to press it first? Basketball. Paul.
New York. Jets.
No. Fancy basketball,
Fantasy.
I think.
No idea.
Harlem Globetrotters. Still 1-1.
Still 1-1.
That was question 5?
Yeah,
Okay.
5 more
Question 6 then. Okay, start the film, ready? Finish the line. Welcome to another edition of the Lifestyles of the... It wasn't no shit.
No, it's I want to say Rich and Famous, but I know it's not. I'm gonna go Rich and Famous.
Incorrect. Paul.
That's what I was going to say. Hang on, but I'll have a guess though, because I haven't heard a guess.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah, go on.
Can I have the question again, please? 'Cause I'm totally thrown.
Yeah, question again.
Sorry.
Finish the line. Welcome to another edition of the Lifestyles of the...
Rich.
No. It's quite a tough question, actually. Average and anxious.
Average.
Never would have got
I was
that.
going to say something out of obnoxious, but no.
Okay, still 1-1 with 4 questions to go. Question 7. Peter draws the cartoon character Johnny Cool. What animal is Johnny?
Paul. Shit. Cat.
Can you elaborate on cat?
What do you mean can I elaborate on a cat? It's a fucking cat.
What sort of cat?
4 legs, tail.
Can I
Tiger.
give it him? Can I give it him? Was you going to say tiger? Yeah, okay, you can both have a point there. Cause...
No,
2-1.
Alright, 2-1. Okay, cool. Okay.
Oh, look.
A tiger is a cat, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it's a cat.
Yeah.
Not a dog.
It's a big cat.
It's a big cat. It's still a cat.
Alright, 2-1 to Paul. He's took the lead with...
3 questions
Three
left,
questions to go.
Just while I'm in the lead, I'm going to milk it a little bit. So our next 2 podcasts are my most favourite films.
You could win them and quizzes.
So
I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
you should be.
Rivalry,
I'm not.
the rivalry listeners, look
be.
at them.
I'm watching
can't
you,
look at them.
Scott. I'm watching.
It could be your favourite films, but
Okay.
Might
I'll pay attention.
Here we go. Okay,
might be totally
if
useless.
Scott pulls back and wins this now, that's embarrassing, Paul. But okay, here we go. Right. Name the apartment building they live at.
Oh, it's something like the Plazada or something like that.
It's something like the Posada. It's very close. I can't give it you though because it's not. It's not the Posada.
Palisade.
It's not the Palisade.
no,
I'm never
okay.
going to get it then.
It's the Posada.
Prasada. You can't give me that.
No, I can't give you that because it's not right.
No.
It's 2 questions. This is exciting.
Tense now.
2 questions to go. 2-1 to Paul.
I'm not recording. Joking.
Question 9. What is the shop assistant's name?
Edna.
Oh, it is Edna. It's 2-2 going into the last question. Oh, this reminds me of Ghostbusters a bit, and weirdly, it's ending on a very similar question to Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and Scott beat me on that one as well.
It's 2-2, and this is question 10.
Alright. You should see the tension in the room.
Okay, the cellist Jan
I'm going to get this.
or Jan. Scott
Hungry.
had what colour hair? No, it is from what country?
Yes!
Hold it back!
Hang on, was that right?
Yeah, it was hungry. It's 3-2.
Congratulations.
Oh, well, that was a good quiz. That's the best one, yeah. A round of applause for that. Clap, Scott. We're all clapping here. Clap. Well done. So that's
Jesus,
6-2.
wait, baby.
6-2.
Yeah.
6-2. Oh, you would do it so well, Paul.
We've got to get Robin in one of these, haven't we?
You could do me one. You could do me a quiz.
And a quiz.
Right, okay, we are nearly done, aren't we?
One more thing that we want to cover.
Yeah, but just before we go...
shout out.
Yeah, shout out Instagram. We're nearly on 800 followers. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, don't forget to give us a 5-star review. I've got a couple of shout outs. Beth Golding, one of our friends, she's been listening. Mm-hmm. She went to see Dirty Dancing the other day. Said that was really good. That's a good film we could do, Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, I think Holly. I'd love to get Holly in as a guest
Yep.
guest for that.
One for the ladies.
Whether she would or not, she'd at least watch the film with me.
Yeah.
She watched this film with me, actually.
Yeah, it's a chick flick, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Laura Day, another one of our friends who's been watching, listening. Sorry, that's my two shout. You got any shout outs?
Do I have any shout outs? The staff at the John Ratcliffe, they were not that they're listening, but the midwives there, the team were absolutely brilliant.
Did you tell them we do a podcast?
No, did I hell?
I had to have something out of my mouth, a little minor operation, just before we did Ghostbusters, and I told my surgeon that we're doing it, and he was going to listen. I don't know if he did.
Your plastic surgeon?
Not a plastic. Are you listening? Not a plastic surgeon.
No, I was just getting something up on here.
Oh, okay. Join us next time where we'll be discussing the highest grossing film of the 80s about a little alien that just wanted to phone home.
Alf.
Not Alf, no.
Predator?
No, not Predator. Keep going. What else we got?
Other aliens.
Cocoon?
Cocoon. No. Keep going.
Batteries not included.
No. Last guess. Come on.
My Stepmother's an Alien.
That's the one. The highest grossing film of the 80s. My Stepmother.
Dan Aykroyd.
It is, of course, E.T.
E.T.
It is, of course, E.T. That is it. That leaves us only one.
Good luck trying to
thing
find a Die Hard link.
left to say. Well, no. What? We don't have a died link, can we?
Not for ET.
I bet there is one. We can find one.
Yeah. Right. That leaves us with one thing left to say. 1, 2, 3.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, good night, sweetheart. Good night. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Baby, I just can't treat you right.
Well, I hate to leave you, baby, but
I don't mean maybe, because I love you so.
good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to tell you, but I really must say, good night, sweetheart. Good night.
Keep it retro.